Yeah, Old Dominion, really good club. I think a lot like Southern Miss and ourselves, very similar. Not a lot separation between us three. Haven't seen Charlotte, but I was very impressed with their lineup. Really can hit, and it's a lengthy one. 1 through 9 can really hit the baseball, and I was very surprised with their bullpen arms. I thought they were really good out of the bullpen, and their starters were really good. We both chopped up our pitching, so it was kind of different, but was very proud of our hitters. I thought they grinded both games and found a way to get a lead after being behind. And unfortunately, we gave it up, and they came back. Give them credit for coming back on us. And I thought even after we gave up the lead in both games, we set up the first game on Thursday night. We had a chance to win. We were set up. We set up the inning. If we get a big hit, we tie the game. And also again on Friday, we 1 run game. We got Bates worked a really good at bat, got a single, and then Cole McConnell. You can't hit a ball much harder than he did. I still don't know how that pitcher caught the ball, but ultimately we lose the games, and that's unfortunate. We played to win, and I thought our guys played hard. We didn't get a stop out of the bullpen, and yeah, we met and said, look, you got 2 days. At this time of year, you need to get off your feet. I want everybody to leave, and I don't want anybody in the facility. I want you to go play golf, go fish, whatever it is you do to get your mind away from baseball. We got a big tournament, we got a postseason run, and I think sometimes it's good to do that. Get clarity, clear your mind, clear your head, and I didn't want anybody up there working. I did it too. I got in the car, and next morning I drove to Mississippi and stayed with my mom back in the woods in her trailer, and she cooked for me and spent a night with her and saw some other family members, and I came back and ready to go. So we got a big tournament this week. We're very fortunate to be hosting the conference tournament, and we got 4 teams ranked in the top 25. So there's some good baseball to be played this week, and anybody can win it. If you've seen our league play, or seen us play anybody, it's not a lot separating top to bottom. And if you're in North Louisiana or anywhere around here, Southern Arkansas, Mississippi, Texas, and you're a college baseball fan, it'd probably be a good idea to drive over to Ruston this week, because I don't know where else you can go and get 4 top 25 teams out of 8 unless you drive to Hoover. So maybe there is another league that's working that, but it ought to be a good tournament. We're excited. We had a really good practice yesterday, a lot of energy, and we'll practice today, and then we'll get ready to hook it up tomorrow against San Antonio.
All right, Christian.
Hey, Coach, after such a great season and to lose those 2 games the way y'all did, what was the body language? What was the mentality of the players immediately after the game, and even when you guys returned to practice yesterday?
A lot of frustration. You got to be careful. We got an older team, so the way you address them leading into postseason. Because look, we have a really good team. I love our guys. They work hard, and I did not think we played that bad. I thought we defended really well. I thought uh, our starters pitched pretty good. Jennings had a rough outing. Wharf, they're not used to coming out of the bullpen. It is what it is. But we just lost the lead in the pen. We gave it up, and that happens. And we still believe in those guys. Somebody's got to step up. But I thought there was a lot of frustration after the 2 games. If you split, you feel good about it. The way you're lining up your pitching, and after getting beat both games, I saw a lot of guys that were not happy, and I just not a lot of screaming and yelling. Just the hay's in the barn by this time of year. We know who we are. We have an identity, and we're really good. And we have to believe in ourselves. Believe we can win this tournament. I just thought it was a perfect time, look, to get away and clear your head for a day or two. Go do something that has nothing to do with baseball. And I thought yesterday was outstanding. I thought we came back. I know I was re-energized, recharged the batteries, and I thought our guys had energy. I thought we were loose. We were cutting up and having fun, but still being serious. And you're almost embarrassed to ask for more from our guys because they've given so much. And that's what I told them. That was my message. But I'm going to ask for more. I'm going to ask for a little bit more. We got a big tournament this week, and then hopefully next week a regional. And we got a lot of baseball in front of us. And if we hit our stride and start playing like we're capable, we can be hard to beat. We can be hard to stop. So we have a lot in front of us that we're still trying to attain.
Just got a question? Go ahead, Ben.
Coach, obviously you get into a tournament setting this weekend with the conference tournament starting up obviously tomorrow afternoon. When you look at managing a bullpen during a conference tournament, do you manage it any differently, knowing that you might need some of those back end guys, 2-3 days in a row?
Yeah, Ben, I think told the team yesterday we're starting Jennings tomorrow, and that we're not overthinking this thing. We're not playing any mind games. He pitched really good against San Antonio, and I think Fincher needs another day. Either way, win or lose, you got Fincher going in game two, so that's a good one to have if you're trying to stay in the winner's bracket or you're trying to avoid elimination. So thought Jennings, even though he had the rough inning last week, he's really essentially on 10 days. I mean, it'll be about 10 days rest. That was a bullpen the other night, although a tough one. But yeah, you manage it different. But look, here's the way we're looking at it, and I told the team this yesterday. We're going all in tomorrow. We got to win game one. Very rarely do you see a team. It happens, and I've been on teams that done it, that lose game one and come through the losers. It's just tough. I mean, in college baseball, when you're limited with numbers and you don't have as many bullpen pieces, it's tough to come through that losers bracket. You'll have to have somebody step up that hadn't done well, probably all year pitched much, but we'll go all in tomorrow. Try to do what we can to win. I mean, if we have a chance to win and we need an out or three, who's to say we won't throw Fincher? I don't know. We'll worry about Thursday when it gets here, and I think it's imperative we do everything we can to win game one. And I like our pieces down there. We got some guys that can close out the ball game with Krieger and Tompkins and Martinez. Different guys. Griffin's been better. He's been doing really well against lefties, things we've asked him to do. And there's some guys that we believe in. They just need to step up and get it done. And we'll see how tomorrow plays out and how the scoreboard looks. But we're going to do everything we can to win game one.
Go, Corey.
Hey, Lane, obviously with you guys being able to host the tournament this year, from I don't know if it's necessarily a benefit for you guys in terms of recruitment and whatnot, but how does this benefit the Louisiana Tech baseball program, having the conference come here, having the 8 best teams in the league come and play over 4 or 5 days and really just kind of get that sort of exposure that you would not get this time of year?
Well, if you're watching online or it's on TV or whatever it may be, we're going to be on the camera. So you're going to see that state tee in center field. You're going to see Bulldogs behind home plate, and there ain't a lot of baseball to watch this year. It's down to postseason tournament, not as many people playing, and everybody's in one spot. So I think just the fact that it's an infomercial for the next 4 or 5 days. I mean for Louisiana Tech and for our baseball program. People that hadn't seen our beautiful new ballpark will see it, and it's word will spread. We live in the age now where transfer portal is blowing up. So word of mouth. People hear from different programs. Hey, you should see that place. I've already today, just at practice, had more coaches that hadn't been here. My gosh, man, just how beautiful it. They did a good job. This place is big time, and word of mouth, it goes a long way. And then, like I said, you're pulling up your computer or you're flipping on the TV and you're seeing Louisiana Tech and the Bulldogs in our stadium. It just you can't put a price tag on that. It's ultra important that we have this here, and that's why you want to host postseason events, because a lot of people are watching and they get to see your product right there front and center. So it's really important.
Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, with you guys taking 3 or 4 from UTSA during the regular season, now these guys coming up tomorrow, is there a sense of pressure on, I guess, the team that beat UTSA 3 out of 4 that, hey, you never know if these guys can come back and cause some serious damage at the worst time?
Yeah, I don't think more pressure to win against San Antonio, or if we were playing Middle Tennessee or Southern Miss. Everybody's 0-0 right now, and it really is a new season. I mean, Middle Tennessee's the 8th seed. They feel like they can win this tournament, and they can. They have really good pitching, and everybody's in the same boat. And no matter what you've done all year, everybody has the same record right now, and you got 2 losses to work with, and you need to get in the winner's bracket. And if you do, anything can happen. So, yeah, whether we just played them or we hadn't played them, Chris, I don't look too deep into that. Honestly, it's they're really good. Everybody, it doesn't matter who we play; they're all good. And we got to go out and beat them. They got to try to beat us. And I don't get caught up in we beat them 3 out of 4. And if you watch the series, it was really close except for Sunday. And honestly, the run rule game was close till 2 innings. So they're a really good ball club. We got to go out and play well. And to me, it doesn't really this time of year. Seedings and who you're playing doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
How big is it for Jennings to go out and get a 0 in the top of the first?
It'd be,
tomorrow
it'd
afternoon?
be really big for him and for us. But when he pitched against them last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, he gave up a run in the first, and then he threw up 6 zeros. So it's not make or break. But I ran into him the next day. He was leaving the facility during the afternoon. He was getting a little post workout in, and I was walking in, and I said, "You gonna be ready next Wednesday?" And he said, "Absolutely." And I said, "Will it be better than what last night?" And he said, "Well, I hope so. It couldn't get much worse." So that thing was a disaster. He knows it, and maybe he got that out of his system. And I can assure you, he's ready to get the baseball and step up on the bump again and show everybody what he can do, because he's a really good pitcher. He's a great kid. He's a great competitor, and things just unraveled on him the other night. And I'm looking forward to it too. But yeah, it'd be great to get a 0 in the top of the first. And one thing we do have, new rule in our tournament this year, now that you brought that up, we're the home team the entire tournament unless we play Charlotte in the championship. So that was one of the things us as coaches decided. The higher seed is the home team. We're not flipping coins and all that stuff. So we'll be the home team because we won our side the entire tournament, unless we play Charlotte in the championship, and then they would be home. So that's something, by winning our division, it's a reward, and I think it's a good rule. And so, yeah, we'll be the home team the entire time on our side.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Coach, out of the few years you've been here, you've led many good teams to the Conference USA tournament. Entering the tournament this year, is there a difference you see at maybe some of the players you've had here in years past? Maybe perhaps a different mentality entering the tournament this year in comparison to years past?
Yeah, I just think this team is more mature than other, and I say that that doesn't mean older. It just means they've played more ball games, had more at bats, been in postseason. Look, these guys, they've been ranked all year, and they've played with that. If you want to call it pressure, well, whatever. It is. I mean, when you're a school that's not a Power 5, and you know everything's under a microscope. If you lose, they're gonna wipe you out of there, and they're dying to do it. That's kind of how we feel about it. So they've been playing with that. People coming after us. We're 14th in the country. Every time we go play somebody, you get their best, and you're the hunted now. You're not the hunter. And they've been playing with that. They've been playing with hearing from everybody. You got a chance to host. You got a chance to host, and trying to go out and win every game and do everything you can not to make mistakes. And when you do that, you make mistakes. And I just feel like these guys they've got some toughness with all they've been through. They've played all year with kind of people on them saying you got to win, you can't lose, you're ranked, we got to host, and I honestly think that we're past all that, and just go out. It's a new season, and play the best that we can. And I think it's just a more weathered ball club, because they've been through so much, and they are more mature. Just a really good group of kids that take care of business on and off the field in the classroom, and it's a joy to coach, and looking forward to seeing them compete again.
Corey?
Lane, now that we've ventured through the entire regular season, I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on how these guys in the lineup just kind of push each other, not necessarily, their motivation within themselves, but when one guy see another guy do well, how that external motivation kind of helps them and tries to push them to, whether it's keep an inning going with a base hit or if he has a good BP session, I got to follow that up with an even better BP session. What have you just seen from, especially these older veteran guys, how they just kind of push each other as this season has gone along?
Oh, they definitely do that. You can hear them jockeying back and forth at practice when we're stretching or before a game, and they'll be getting on each other and picking on Taylor for leading the country in runs scored, and you only do that because I drive you in, that kind of thing. You hear them getting on each other, and it is a good competition because we have some good hitters and we got a good lineup, and it's long, and those guys they want to outdo the other one, but it's amazing, they pull for each other. And I want to even go back to the guys on the bench and expand on that with Darius Myers and Bryce Wallace, Logan McLeod, Shamar Page, and Kyle Hasler. Those guys have played pivotal roles all year for us, and they've won games for us, and right now they're not playing. I'm telling you, man, they're just great teammates. I know they're probably deep down, they're competitors. They want to be in the lineup. Who doesn't? And they just pull for their guys. They're the first ones out of the dugout, high-fiving them. You can hear them in the dugout, just wanting to win. And one of those guys is going to get an opportunity in postseason, and they'll come through for us. But it's a good competition. Our guys, they're just good teammates. They like being around each other, and they do. They push each other and try to outdo each other all the time. So it's fun, and it's good to watch them work.